In 2019, the bushfire season started early and terribly. Mostly caused by lightning strikes, fires ravaged parts of the east coast in spring. Catastrophic fire weather fanned existing blazes and sparked new ones in New South Wales, Victoria, Western Australia and South Australia. By January, fire in some places had combined to form mega blazes, cutting off towns and painting skies orange.
Very scary. It was so smoky. The sky was red at 1 minute, then completely black the next minute.
Across the east coast, tens of thousands of locals and tourists left the fire zone by car or by ship in the biggest peacetime evacuation Australia's ever seen. And where there's fire, well, there's smoke. These are glaciers in New Zealand, completely covered in smoke from our fires. And these satellite images of South America show just how far it had drifted. Back home on the 2nd of January, air quality in Canberra was rated as the worst in the world, and many people wore masks just to walk outside.
When we were leaving, it was just like you just couldn't see anything.
More than 2,500 homes have been destroyed, and 34 people have died. Across the country, at least 18 million hectares of land has burned. To put this in perspective, this is larger than Belgium, Switzerland, Denmark and the Netherlands combined. So why has this season been so bad? Well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, Australia is going through a massive drought, and in 2019 things were particularly bad. The red on this map shows below average rainfall, and the dark red shows the lowest on record. Things have also been really hot. The orange here is above average. This means a lot of the trees and grassland had completely dried out, which is the perfect fuel for fire. Over the past few weeks there's been a lot of debate about whether we should be doing more to reduce this fuel, by doing things like cool burning or hazard reduction fires. This is where small fires are lit in really controlled situations to get rid of all the extra fuel. Firefighters need perfect weather conditions for these burns to go ahead, and they say lately they haven't had as much opportunity.
Fires are harder to control, so it's either too wet or it's too dangerous to burn. So our window for hazard reductions is getting smaller and smaller.
Many experts say that's because of climate change. Around the world there's been a lot of talk about whether Australia's bushfires are a sign of a warming planet. Of course, Australia's always had bushfires, and you can't directly link these fires to climate change. But many experts agree that it is having an impact.
With an increasing temperature, with climate change, then what the scientists tell us is that events such as these will be more frequent and they will be much more ferocious.
In some areas, the last few weeks has brought some much needed rain. Although in some places it was too much rain, and there was some damaging wild weather. But it wasn't enough to put all the fires out, and last week a new major blaze broke out in the ACT. A state of emergency has been declared in the territory, and as the bushfire season continues, experts say we all need to be aware of the danger, have a fire plan, and do what we can to stay safe.